children. Heavy is a proud product of Broward County Public Schools. Yeah. Woo. And Heavy is a human being who is sick and tired of these horrific shootings. We need to say enough is enough. Our time for action is now. We will no longer be silent. I have filed a bill, which the Brady Center calls it the life-saving gun law that you never heard of. And what it says is a family member or law enforcement can go to court and obtain an order to remove a gun from a person who's significant danger to themselves because of mental health or violent behavior. We haven't been able to get one hearing yet on this bill, and we need it to be heard. I need all of you to come to Tallahassee or write letters to Tallahassee and tell them you want all these gun bills heard now. California, Connecticut, Washington, and Oregon have all passed versions of this bill. Florida needs to join this list. I want to tell you that all of the representatives who came here today from the House, we are all also proud to join the enriched with our F grades from the NRA. And we ask you all, make noise on social media. The time for action is now. No more. Thank you.
Many of you are probably wondering, you're thinking somebody's missing. Well, she's not missing. She's a huge presence, always in Broward County. She was a huge, huge help in making this rally happen with about 48 hours notice. I'm talking, of course, about longtime Broward County champion, Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz. She is not in South Florida today, but she sent a representative of her office, Vivian Qureshi, who's here to talk to you very briefly. Vivian?
Thank you so much, Senator. Thank you so much for everyone being here today. The Congresswoman sends her sincere regrets that she cannot be with you today, but she has asked me to read the following statement on her behalf. I sincerely regret that I cannot be with you here in person, but I have no doubt, please have no doubt, that I am with you, each and every one of you, in spirit. Too often we have asked communities across America to stand in moments of silence. After this unthinkable tragedy suddenly becomes their reality. We ask parents to bury their children, to give thoughts and prayers when the time has passed for us to stand up and act. Just last year, my two oldest children walked across the graduation at their school down the road, a high school that competed with Marjorie Stoneman Douglas in everything from fencing to football. I had to stand with the father last Thursday night as he asked the world to remember his daughter. He couldn't remember whether or not he said that he loved her when she walked out the house that morning. This has now become our new normal. How do we live in the only country in the world where we regularly let our children go to schools vulnerable to these senseless acts of mass shooting? How do we let unlicensed, anonymous 18-year-olds buy weapons of war to keep in their homes with no questions asked? How do we regularly let states underfund essential social services, mental health, and let nothing change each and every day this happens? Enough is enough. We cannot let another day go by without demanding common sense gun legislation come to the floor of every chamber of every legislative body across America. We must force this conversation upon every deliberate body. Ask not if, but when we're going to prevent this from happening again. We are ready to take this fight to the floor of Congress. We are no longer willing to take no for an answer. I made a promise to my own children that I would spend this weekend with them, so I beg the forgiveness of every parent here. I, too, have a chance to hug them once more tightly. But I will fight with every ounce of energy that I have until we rid our country of weapons of war that are so easily to buy as toy cat guns. Thank you. And enough is enough.
Thank you, Vivian, and thank you, Congresswoman Wasserman Schultz. We know you're here in spirit with us. Next, we have two Broward County School Board members, Commissioner Robin Bartleman and Commissioner Lori Ridge Levinson.
Thank you, Senator Farmer, and everyone else who was involved in organizing this today, and thank you to all of you for attending. I'm going to turn this over to my colleague, Ms. Bartleman, but I just want to honor our teachers, our students, our administration, everyone at Stoneman Douglas for their heroic efforts. They are the true heroes. We talk about many types of heroes, but those are heroes that we saw in action. And I want to thank our kids who came today to speak. They were so powerful. This is going to be different this time. You all have started a movement, and we are all with you to carry out this movement.
Good afternoon. I was told to keep it brief, so I'm just going to cut to the chase and speak to Marco Rubio, Florida State Senator, and Governor Rick Scott. I was behind you at Meadows' funeral yesterday. Behind you, sitting behind you. And this is what I have to say to you. You say this is a mental health issue. I agree with you. But why do we have to put semi-automatic weapons in the hands of anyone? Let me ask you, how many funerals would I be going to this week if he had a knife? You wouldn't be going to 17 funerals. I'll tell you that right now. Shame, shame, shame on you! How you dare come down here to our funeral, to our county, and not change something. I am a mother. I am a former classroom teacher. And I saw those parents, and I saw the students. Their lives are changed forever. Shame on you if you don't do something about this today. Don't step foot in this county without making a difference. Shame!
All right, folks, we're at a point where we have to wrap this up. We promised law enforcement and the folks that help us set this up that we'd be done by 3 o'clock, and we've already far exceeded our time. So I'm very, very sorry to some of the people who didn't get to speak. We've got Vice Mayor of Wilton Manors, Justin Flippin here, Commissioners Scott Newton, Tom Green, and Julie Carson were all here. Mayor Josh Levy of Hollywood, property appraiser Marty Keir, all were here. I'm very, very sorry. We gave our word. Law enforcement has been so accommodating to us. You know, here we are, we're exercising our right to free speech and our right to peaceably assemble. We couldn't do it without the help of our law enforcement officers. So let's give a big round of applause for our law enforcement officers. Thank you. I also want to make an announcement about activities that are happening this week in Tallahassee. On Wednesday, we're having another rally just like this in front of the old Capitol in Tallahassee. You can get information by going to FloridaGunSafety@gmail.com. So you can send an email to floridaflagunsafety@gmail.com, or you can email my office, farmer.gary@floridaflsenate.gov. That's farmer.gary@flsenate.gov. Sign up and get involved in this rally. And in closing, folks, this is a government of, by, and for the people. We are the people. Our voices will be heard. We need your help. The time is now. You've heard repeated over and over again today about the common sense bills that are sitting there waiting to be heard. On social media, the message is this: #Hear the bills. We will no longer be voiceless. We will no longer be outweighed by the NRA and the influence of money. This is our government. Take it back. Vote. Vote people who don't support these common sense issues out of office. And let's make a difference. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. God bless you. God bless Florida.
Senator Farmer, 600 people here today.
Hola amigos, hola amigazos, muy buenas tardes tengan todos y cada uno de ustedes. El día de hoy los saludo con muchísimo gusto. Mi nombre es Rogelio Cardona, el pariente de todos ustedes. Pues aquí acabamos de ser testigos de esta manifestación pacífica que se realizó al sur de la Florida. Muchas autoridades locales, del sheriff y de la policía participaron de esta manifestación, al igual que muchas personas, autoridades escolares y del sector político, igual que los ciudadanos que residen en estas ciudades, pues participaron de esta manifestación pacífica en contra de la nueva ley firmada por el gobernador Ron DeSantis, el cual le facilita a cualquier individuo sin ningún entrenamiento o ningún tipo de registración el poder portar armas en el estado de la Florida, armas de alto calibre y semiautomáticos. Y pues muchas personas se dieron cita el día de hoy para protestar, y asimismo estarán protestando alrededor de este estado. Y pues próximamente se presentarán enfrente de la oficina de Ron DeSantis para protestar allá mismo. Y pues seguiremos informando de lo que sucede alrededor de la Florida. Y pues ya pueden ustedes anotar un grupo más que se une a la causa para evitar que Ron DeSantis sea pues presidente de esta hermosa nación. Y pues bien amigos, en este canal no estamos en contra de las armas, pero sí en contra de la mala decisión que hizo el gobernador de facilitar las armas a cualquier persona anónima sin ningún entrenamiento o ninguna registración requerida. Bueno amigos, que tengan buenas tardes, Dios les bendiga, y pues les seguiremos informando de lo que sucede aquí en la Florida.